Hello crafty people, I am back today for a bit more acrylic pouring and I'm going to do a swipe. What I'm going to try and do is a beach swipe. So I'm going to swipe in two directions away from a centre point so that I have a beach on one side and the ocean on another side. And I'm working on a nice big canvas today. I've got a 16 by 20 because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is going to turn out really nice, and I am hoping to put it in for sale at the local art studio. So let's see, in terms of my colours today, if I get my glasses on, I'm using all Deco Art paints and they've all been mixed with the Deco Art pouring medium. I've got quite a selection. I've got an ultra blue deep. This one in here is a bit of a mix of true blue and bluebird, those two together. And I've been through and kind of been using up little bits that haven't got much left in. This one's got a lot, it's one of my favourites. This is turquoise blue, so I've got a lot of that one. Then this next colour is a mix of two. It's the Deco Art Crafters Acrylic Island Blue, it's one of my favourites, and the Peacock Pearl. You can never go wrong with Peacock Pearl. So that one's in those two. This one is True Ochre. This is going to be my sand colour. Then I have a gold. It's the Glorious Gold. Then this one is mostly primary yellow, but it's also got a few other bits and pieces from the bottom of bottles poured in there, so it's got a very bright yellow and also just a tiny little smidge of orange. And I'm thinking that will be the back, the kind of drier, brighter part of my sand. And of course I've got white, which is going to be my swipe colour. All looking good. So if I clear the decks a little bit and then I'm going to lay the colours out. You've seen me swipe and lay colours out so many times before, there's no real explanation to it, so I'm just going to lay the colours out, put you on fast forward with a little bit of music, and then I'll see you back here at the end when we can do our swipe. And today I'm going to use a paper towel and also a palette knife, so I'll have a little bit of variation on either side. I almost forgot to mention that all of the paints have got a couple of drops of the treadmill lubricant in them. Okay, now I can get started. Okay, so my colours are down and so far it's looking good. Fingers crossed I'm not going to mess this up because it's a lot of paint. Okay, so I need to get my paper towel ready. I've got it laid out on the back just here. I'm just going to spray it with some water so that it's damp but not really like soaking wet, so it'll give it enough weight to do my swipe with. Okay, so I've made sure that my paper towel is at least as wide as my canvas, and what I'm going to aim to do, if I can, is just to dip the edge of the paper towel into that white and then drag it all the way over here. Now, I've just remembered from experience that I need to make sure that I've not got things here, otherwise when I get to the end I can't swipe off the end. So let me move these few things out of the way. Okay, that should give me plenty of space. I'm a bit nervous. Okay, let's see. I'm going to drop it down now into the white. Okay, so it's soaking up the white about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, and now I'm going to drag it over the other colours. Oh, I think that is successful. Okay, that's really nice. I had just about the right amount of paint. I've not lost too much off the bottom. The sides are looking good. I probably need to just dab in a little bit with my finger where it's dragged a little bit heavy on the sides. But I've got some drips, so that will soon be dealt with. These colours look great together. I think my painting life has become a whole lot more colourful since they started stocking with the Deco Art paints, because before I only had access to about 12 colours and I'm not very good at mixing them. So all my paintings, you know, if you notice back in the old days, I had just the same colours over and over again because that was all I had to paint with. Now that I've got all these Deco Art paints, I can go wild with colours. I think this is going to look good when the metallics show up on here later on when it's dry. Okay, so now I've got to not mess up, and I want to do this part here on the painting, but I want to just make it slightly different, maybe with some waves or something in it. So I'm going to use a palette knife, and I'm going to use a very, very light touch, and hopefully, oh, I'll need some cloth. Okay, I've got cloth there, and hopefully it will look cool. So far so good. And what I'm hoping for is the look that we got here, where it looks like the foam is coming up over the beach. So I'm going to be heavier on the white closest to the shoreline, and then a little lighter as it gets back more towards the sand. Last swipe. And we're done. I'm really happy with that. I was a little bit nervous because it was quite a lot of paint and it was quite a big canvas, but I think that's really good. I've got a little bit where the white is a little bit thin, so I can just touch that up a little bit, but the paint will run together anyway and cover up those slightly thin bits, a little bit over on the side there. Looking good. So all I need to do is just go around and just make sure that the edges of my swipe are all good. There's plenty of paint coverage on there, and then leave it to dry, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's finished. And here it is finished. I have to say, I love it. It's just turned out perfectly. I love the colours, the lovely ombre effect. It has a real summery, beachy kind of feel to it. I've been really happy. So thank you very much for watching along with me for this beachy swipe, and look forward to seeing you here on the channel again very soon.